Hello, everyone, and welcome to Preview Day. I'm Katie Tyler. I'm the Director of Enrollment Services, and I'm here today with Chelsie Hultz from our Teacher Education Department, and we're going to talk to you about practicums and the importance of research, practicum, and internships in the college career. So, Chelsie, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I would love to. I'm a little biased to Minot State because I also earned my undergraduate degree from Minot State back in 2007. And I have been an elementary educator teaching 3rd and 5th grade in the Minot area for 11 years before being now faculty full-time. Couldn't be happier to be where I am, helping teachers become teachers. I also have great fondness and ties of, sense of belonging and those connections with professors in other departments over the years that we've maintained. Love it. Little partial, but.
Of course. Okay. Well, what I really wanted to ask you about was the value of practicums and internships in preparation for professional readiness for careers. What do you think about those?
Oh my goodness. They are pretty much the meat and potatoes to the whole meal, right? That's like, I like to give the analogy when it comes to practicum placements and those internship hours. It's as though when you study to get your permit test, for those of us who have our license, we pass the test eventually and you get that permit and you have the head knowledge, but until you get behind the wheel and you have to have your permit with a licensed driver for so many months, right? That experienced person, because different situations, different road conditions, different vehicles, different weather, different cities, different speed limits, and different vehicles handle different ways. Same thing with all of our learning opportunities. We can prepare you as much as possible in the learning environment, which Minot State rocks at in all areas, right? Nursing, I know in psychology when we do all those things. But the clinical placements and those practicum experiences for internships, that's where the learning goes into practice.
Right. It's like practice makes better, right? And those experiences really make it real life, but you can fail and succeed in a safe environment.
Right. You totally have the support around you and the understanding that we don't expect people to be perfect, right? It's just you're still learning. You're getting to apply all that.
So tell me about the specific experiences that your teacher education students get.
Oh, right. In our department, for the teacher education department, it actually includes anyone in K-12 that wants to be in any education capacity. So special education, physical education, music ed. And regardless of what area in education one wants to go into, there's a clinical placement right away from their freshman year built into the program. It's any of the course codes that have an L after it for the education department. So for instance, 282, Ed 282 is curriculum or managing the learning environment. There's a 282L that is your clinical hours to go along with that, where you get to sit, and the purpose of it is to observe other teachers that, what are they doing? It's kind of, we like to say like the Mr. and Mrs. All's good, the teachers that just do it and somehow their class is magically going great, and the Mr. or Mrs. means well, like for some reason that teacher doesn't get it. And so it's learning to watch for those invisible things. Why is that working for one teacher? Why is it not? In a judgment-free zone, right? Professionally, we don't go speaking of things, but then back in the classroom, in the 282 class, we talk about those things. So what do you see and what is it that you recognize? And we talk about theories and in practice, how those things connect.
That's great. So it sounds like in the teacher ed world, you guys at least have a classroom experience that matches with your clinicals. And so what happened? You have to take those classes at the same time?
We encourage that, right? It's definitely more beneficial to you as a learner to those when you can have them at the same time. Sometimes it happens where, because of schedules or different safer situations, right? There's over 400 clinical placements in the education department every semester. And so for some reason or another, sometimes it happens where someone doesn't get to complete their clinical, and it could be the classroom teacher we've put our pre-service educator with. And so sometimes that just moves on until the next semester. So it happens, but ideally we try to have those matched up at the same time.
Cool. So how do you find a placement? Like, is that the student's responsibility or do the faculty help you?
Great question. It is totally done with the faculty. We do that on our side and help get all those things placed up, and we walk everyone through the process at every step of the way. So there's nothing the student has to do to get those lined up, except, take the advice of their advisor on how to navigate the next step and let someone know they're ready to be in another clinical placement.
So, Chelsie, I know that you really enjoy advising students. That's one of your most favorite parts of your job. Any advice you'd like to give some incoming students about how to work with their advisor?
Absolutely. Just like anyone in our family, we all have different personalities, right? And some people seem like my husband. He's more stoic, but he is a teddy bear. And when you reach out to them, because we're not mind readers, just like in our families, and know that we are here for you. Without you, we'd have no reason to be here and do what we do. And so we want to help you. Sometimes we just don't know how to offer. So don't be shy, and do feel encouraged and emboldened to reach out to your advisor at any time. There's no such thing as a dumb question. We've all been there ourselves along the way, and that's why you have an advisor, right? Is because you're not expected to know all the answers. So reach out to them, know that they are there for you.
Perfect. Any final advice for students considering Minot State?
You couldn't pick a better university, and I say that with my whole heart, and that's why. It's because it's a heartfelt university. You will make connections with people that will last a lifetime, and not to mention the fact that financially it is one of the most competitive universities you could pick, and you walk away with the same excellent education as you would if you had spent many more times the money. So it's worth it in all ways, shapes, and forms. It's an accredited place with awesome people, and you won't regret it. Come join us.
Well, thank you so much, Chelsie. Have a great day.
Thanks so much. You too, everybody.